Shiba Inu for this market cycle so far is doing quite well. It's actually up about a 4.5x from its bottom. It's a top 10 asset in crypto, and it's proving a lot of people wrong already. And I keep seeing some of these posts about people that just frankly don't understand market dynamics. They don't understand Shiba Inu, and people, when prices is not performing well, they tend to blame things that don't impact price at all. For example, like the SHIB ecosystem dev team, they like to blame supply and say that it's too big. They like to blame the lack of burns, and those things simply do not matter. Otherwise, Shiba Inu wouldn't be where it's at price-wise. It wouldn't have gone on this big surge. The biggest thing that helps Shiba Inu is the flow of retail money, right? New holders coming into the space, and Shiba Inu is one of the largest in terms of adoption when that does happen. And right now, Shiba Inu price hasn't been climbing at the same rate that we saw back here, because back here we had this huge inflow of users outside the space. We saw massive surges in Shiba Inu holders during that time. Right now, we're not seeing that because the excitement hasn't been there. When you go through these rip-roaring runs, these types of early adoption, there tends to be these cooldown periods. And that's what we've been in terms of SHIB. We've been in a cooldown period. I want to point out the fact that during this time, Shiba Inu has been doing nothing different than the rest of the market. BTC has been consolidating. Most assets in the space have been consolidating. It's been, frankly, a boring time. And guess what? That's what a majority of crypto is. It's frankly quite boring. You'll have these periods where you go on these rip-roaring runs, massive excitement in a short period of time, and then you just sit and wait for months and months and months, and nothing happens until it does again, right? Remember, this run for Shiba Inu where retail adoption was taking place and flowing in a big way, it took place over the course of 7 days, and SHIB did a 4.5x, all right? Now, what's cool about this is Shiba Inu has done some important things here. In fact, we smashed through this 58 trillion Shiba Inu wall. So this is addresses that bought between 4023 and 4025. We currently sit at about 402568, so we're sitting just above there. So that's very exciting. And what I want to point out is that there is not much standing in the way of Shiba Inu between here and a new all-time high. I don't know if anybody has looked at this holder composition and where people bought at, but this is data from Into the Block, and really this thick concentration of Shiba Inu holders is below these prices. The hardest area for Shiba Inu to escape was this 508 through 4014 range, and that's the reason why this bubble is so big here. And when we look back at the Shiba Inu charts, you guys can see that that's why we kept basically getting pushed down below this during the entire bear market cycle. Shiba Inu broke 4014 like 3 times and subsequently was pushed back down below it. And it's because we didn't have that outside flow of retail. We didn't have enough excitement to really build and get things running again. And finally, when we did, look what Shiba Inu was able to do. Now, the cool thing is that there are huge levels of support down below here. And Shiba Inu has done some exciting things since that time. We see less SHIB available on exchanges now. We have more holders than we did at that point. The community is in a lot better mood, a lot more excitement. And what I want you to look at here is how small the amount of holders up in these ranges are. All right. There is very little resistance between here and a new all-time high. It would not surprise me if Shiba Inu got the same kind of adoption inflow that we saw back here, same kind of push for Shiba Inu to go on and break the prior all-time high. It can do it over the course of just a couple days. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm not guaranteeing anything, right? But this is not a difficult move for Shiba Inu to do. When there is that little liquidity available in exchanges, when there is that little to go around, prices can get wild and move very, very quickly. And I want to remind people, this composition of holders is one of the biggest things, all right? 68% of holders in the money right now, not really selling. People just waiting because they have the long-term mindset when it comes to SHIB. 76% of Shiba Inu holders have held for 1 year or longer. The thing is people are getting into Shiba Inu not for a quick flip, right? Some people maybe did, but most people are long-minded holders. They think about the long-term vision, where crypto is headed, where Shiba Inu is headed. And because of the optics and dominance that Shiba Inu is gaining in the market, it's set to become one of the most dominant assets in all of crypto. It's a top 10 asset right now. It wouldn't surprise me if it makes it into the top 5 this cycle. With the push that Shiba Inu is seeing, with the adoption that Shiba Inu is seeing, with the low liquidity available, all these things are kind of snowballing together for Shiba Inu to have this amazing market cycle performance. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I wanted to clear up some of these misconceptions because frankly, some people don't get it. And it's a big reason why I think a lot of people are going to miss out. Maybe people are just saying stuff just to blow smoke, but SHIB has proved a lot of haters wrong early in this market cycle, and it's going to continue to do so as we move on here. So appreciate you guys as always. Have a great day. Show your love below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.